Hi everybody, DC here. It's the 18th of the 1st, 23. Under the heading Everything is a Magnet 3, I've been going into magnetism in depth and trying to find out stuff, and it is hard to find stuff on the internet, particularly about the blotch wall and what it does. So here today we have a bar magnet here with a north and a south, and the blotch wall in between. As in my other videos, I've hinted that the magnetism goes round from the blotch wall and in at the top, or the other way round. And the magnetism itself, or the fields of force, don't go from the north to the south as traditionally shown. So the big question for me is, what happens at the blotch wall? And that's what I'd like to discuss today. So what happens at the blotch wall? Interesting. Right, at the blotch wall, this is the magnet here. So the north's up there somewhere, and the south there, and this is the midway point of the magnet, which is continues through. So this area here is the blotch wall. So you've got the arrows indicating the southern magnetic field, and the other arrow coming down the northern magnetic field. And I don't think the two fields cross. I think they keep separate. And what happens at the blotch wall is we have a spin. It's a dielectric spin, so it's the plane of inertia spin. So you've got the magnetic element each side, that's the north and south, and in the middle you've got the plane of inertia spin. Okay, well that sets me thinking again now. So let's just have a look. This is the blotch wall looking at the top of the magnet. So there's the north of the magnet, and we're looking down on the magnet now from above. So looking down, you've got the plane of inertia spin, which is the dielectric plane of inertia spin. Now, dielectric is it's the other form of electric. It's the insulation electric. It's the spark that you get from static. So what I'm suggesting is that the loss of inertia, which Ken Wheeler goes on about, the loss of inertia is in the dielectric, which is in the insulation spin of the electric. So the static, so it's a static spin. It's a dielectric spin. Oh, how can that be? Because it's insulation. And I think this is what I'm picking up now in my studies. It's the dielectric, or excuse me, insulation spin that comes out. So a magnet, or magnetism, is made up of two items. The one is the magnetic element, and the other is the dielectric, or the insulation electric that comes out. So that's my take, and my studies so far are taking me up to this point of trying to understand the blotch wall. I think this is key, because if we understand magnetism fully, then the next step in for example, my autogen is understanding how to take the power off my autogen model. It's very interesting, it's very deep. Welcome any feedback with dielectric spin. It's fundamental to atoms, it's fundamental to galaxies. In nature you can see it everywhere. This is where I'm up to at the moment, and I would welcome any input that anybody could give from anywhere in the world. I can't stop putting it down. I will be getting back to my autogen eventually. I'm not in the workshop, as perhaps you can tell. I'm in my room because it's cold outside and cold in the workshop at the moment. It's winter. But there you go. That's where I'm up to. I'll be doing more videos as and when. So as you can tell, I'm getting back to normal a little bit now after suffering for a while. thank you very much to everybody, and for those my subscribers, I say thank you, and keep the faith.